All right. So here we are, Tuesday, the 9th. I think it's the 9th. All right. Kind of let you know where I am in time and space right now. I'm just existing. Thank God for calendars. So let's see. What do tonight's these and those on the live as well as the replay need to know? Embracing their divine feminine aspect. 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay. This seems to be a theme going on here. The client that I had earlier, who ran behind, which is why I ran behind, is seems like love is the memo right now, which makes sense. I know Venus is doing her thing. And so tonight's message is one of true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. All right. And true love, I know we sometimes externalize true love and what that looks like, what that feels like. And sometimes we compare, what that should look like. And the comparisons may tell us what we do and what we don't want when it comes down to relationships and love. But the truest love in itself is the one that starts with you. To yourself, your relationship to yourself. And to me, I think secondly would be your relationship to that of spirit. In this case, the divine feminine. And it says the romantic stirrings in your heart that are propelling the universe to deliver great love to you can come about in different ways. I know in the Tantra program right now, she says that love in action is intimacy. And then I kind of added on to it that intimacy in action is romance. So let's see what Miss Guinevere has for us this evening. Here she is. All right, so Miss Guinevere, if her name sounds familiar, she actually is a Celtic triple goddess. And with her being a Celtic triple goddess, that means that she actually embraces the maiden, the mother, and the crone aspect. So all three aspects of pretty much a woman's life, when we're the young, fertile, kind of up until like 20s, maybe 30 aspect. And then the mother aspect of the triple goddess is kind of like we're about, I would say like late 20s, 30s, maybe 40s into 50. And then the sage or the crone aspect of the triple goddess is like the wise elder. She would be like Big Mama. If you have a big mama in your family, or auntie, something like that. What was that? So she would be like the wise elder, okay, that you seek for in your community, seek out in your community. And so, as a Celtic triple goddess with ancient roots that precede Arthurian times, her original name means white one or white phantom. And she's a powerful goddess invoked for both fertility and as a bridge to take the dead into the afterlife plane. Because obviously with birth, there's also a death and a rebirth. So that makes sense that she's a bridge for that. And during the times of Avalon and Glastonbury and King Arthur, she became Guinevere. So to become King, Arthur had to merge with or marry her because she was the one who ruled over the land. Sounds like he was looking for a sugar mama. But anyways, and so Guinevere became astonishingly beautiful and the queen bridge of the new King Arthur. So legend holds that her heart really belonged to Arthur's cousin, Sir Lancelot, however. But today she helps us ensure that we enter into partnership with our true love, and she assists us in keeping that love alive. So I think that is a beautiful and timely message for what's going on astrologically. It's pretty cool. So with that being said, ahead and just take a moment to take some deep breaths and allow yourself just to settle in and let tonight's message of love, true love, romance to just land where it may within your mind, your heart, your space, your spirit. Notice the thoughts that come to mind when you think of love and romance and relationships. And it's okay if some tension comes into the mind or some heartache, disappointments come into the heart space. They are just simply there to provide feedback, allowing you to just acknowledge the associations that you have consciously and subconsciously when it comes to love and relationships. And as you take some nice deep breaths, noticing the rise and fall of the chest as your lungs fill with air and collapse as you exhale, squeezing all of that old stagnant air and energy out, creating space for the new within the heart. The heart space. See if you can find, sense, listen to the whispers of your heart, what it is that you desire in your relationships moving forward. Giving yourself a brand new start, clean slate. Giving yourself permission to release the holds of any old relationships that keep you in a space of disempowerment, doubt, lack of trust, lack of safety, and know that that is okay. That those experiences you had in your past have shaped some of the thought forms, beliefs, emotional systems, and programming that you may have when it comes down to love and relationships. Know that in this moment you are supported in healing heart space. Each breath in, you allow yourself to receive this healing. And as you exhale, releasing the fears, allowing any blocks, resistance to love, romance, and relationships to just soften. See, in today's culture and today's society, you're inundated with images everywhere of what love and relationships, partnerships could look like. Sometimes we think that's what they should look like. But it's simply a reminder that everything you see is not always true. See, romance is not an outmoded concept, regardless of how far some of our relationships may have strayed from it. The stories we may hear from friends, family, and others, strangers, media, celebrities. In this moment, it no longer matters. All that you've seen or experienced, you have an opportunity to embrace true divine love. It is not an outmoded concept. If anything, romance is far from outdated. It's simply a time-honored precept of merging with the divine and its manifestation through another being. Romance is playfulness. It heralds springtime and flowers, new life. And romance doesn't require you to be in a partnership in order to experience what true love can really be and feel like. There is no need to be in a partnership to evoke romance. Simply manifest it for yourself through laughter, beauty, indulging in luxurious treats, caring for yourself the way you would prefer for someone else to care for you, or how you would like to be treated, the golden rule. See, romance is a life force of the universe, a worthwhile goal, one to be honored and acknowledged. Notice how good it feels when you are being pursued and wooed and desired. Notice how you feel when someone desires you. How does that make you feel? Allow that feeling, wherever you may feel it in your body, to begin to expand and flow into every other cell of your body. Give yourself permission to embody true divine love. Maybe you set an intention for spirit to show you the truth of what divine love is. What is it that serves you? What you would like to experience in your romantic partnerships? Allow those thoughts or images to come to mind. Give yourself permission to be playful with your imagination. Because the clearer you become in your mind, the more truthful you are in the heart space, the more honest you are with yourself, the easier it is to stay in alignment and to magnetize that which you desire to you. What is your heart's truest desire? Allow the reins of past disappointments, hurts, and heartache, heartbreak, and all those lessons that you've learned to bestow upon you their wisdom, so that moving forward, you are more conscious, more clear, more discerning what it is that you are willing to receive, where you can compromise, and what are your deal breakers. Honor them. But first, be clear. If you find yourself maybe struggling just a little bit with this concept of true love or soulmates or romance or partnerships and relationships, maybe you feel like you just don't find the right ones or the wrong ones seem to pick you, whatever the situation may be. Notice how it feels within your body as those thoughts, those people, those past experiences come to mind. Breathe deeply into them. As you exhale, allow them just to move down into the earth, allowing the earth to receive deaths of old programs, ways of being, thinking, feeling, releasing all of those old relationships, the holds they may have on you and your heart, so that you can give birth to new relationships, new and better experiences that show you that love, romance, and intimacy is truly a life force energy. Think about a time where you truly felt loved and honored, seen and heard. Regardless of how that may have turned out, just think about that moment, that time where you really felt alive, filled with love. And just the memory itself reminds you that it is here. It is possible. Rumi says it is your duty not to seek love, but to seek all the blocks you have against it. Sometimes after several hurts, abandonment, betrayal, ghosting, toxicity in relationships, we begin to shut down and forget value that we bring into this world. Sometimes we forget to value ourselves. Sometimes we forget to honor our worth and to uphold our worth in the presence of others. For some of us, we grew up learning to sacrifice ourselves in order to be of service to others so that we can receive their affection, receive their love, their appreciation, their permission, their acknowledgement, whatever. Can you give that to yourself as an act, a rebellious act, a radical act of self-love, knowing that you can bring that for yourself into your being, into your friendships, into your partnerships, and all of your other relationships, bringing harmony, balance, restoring your faith in true love. And know that this isn't about putting on rose-colored glasses, pretending those red flags are pink or fuchsia, burgundy. This isn't about overlooking things not resonate with you or don't feel right. This is about consciously making a decision that regardless of what you have been through and regardless of how others have shown you their love, you have the power through conscious thought and are supported in this moment, especially to create a new foundation to experience true love, romance, divinely orchestrated partnerships, relationships that are harmonious and healthy, balanced, where your efforts are not only appreciated, but reciprocated. If you could design your future love life, how would it look? How does that feel to you? How open and receptive are you? A scale of 0 to 100% in receiving it. Can you release your fears of doubt and actually having it? This divinely timed message comes in a point where our cosmic climate is supporting outside the box thinking, looking at our relationships from a higher viewpoint, a different perspective. Maybe creating context around our relationships that helps us to not only heal from the past, but are faithful in the future of our relationships and partnerships and love itself. Our current astrological climate also supports us and maybe embracing relationships that are non-traditional, unconventional, something a little different. If that's how you're feeling or what you've been thinking or where you are, that is okay. It's perfectly in alignment. If you find that the heart is still healing, it's okay too. You have an opportunity to ask for assistance, healing, so that you, in all your worthiness, can experience the truth, divine love, harmonious, balanced, healthy relationships, ones that are fulfilling, ones where you feel seen, heard, appreciated, grounded in trust and truth. Various meanings and interpretations for tonight's message of true love. Is that your soulmate relationship has arrived. or soon arriving. Have faith. Hold space. Relax. And just breathe about it. You feel yourself becoming excited, maybe even a little anxious. That's okay. Give in to the excitement. Lean into it. And just allow any anxiousness to serve you in intuition. There may be something there, or maybe not. But lean into the excitement. Trust your soulmate has arrived or is soon arriving. Perhaps there is renewed passion in an existing relationship. Are you willing to compromise? Is it worth it? This renewed passion in your relationship, how are you choosing to respond to it? Notice if you're resistant, hesitant, uncertain, or completely wide open to receive. Another meaning of tonight's message of true love is that you are a very romantic person, and your romantic needs are deserving to be met. Own that, honor that, hold that. First, be clear in what it is that you desire so that you can know what your needs are for them to be met. Ease and grace. And if your romantic needs aren't being met, you're being guided to take steps to alleviate this so that you can fully embrace the love that surrounds you in all the beautiful ways that it shows itself. Give thanks. The romantic stirrings of your heart magnetize and deliver the greatest love to you. If you could imagine just sitting in a ball of love filled with light, what would that feel like? What would that look like? Maybe you envision yourself centered in a ball of gold and pink light, soft and warm, yet gentle, significant. Breathing it in, this love and this light into any of the areas, thoughts, feelings where you may be tattered and torn from the relationships of your past, or you may be still grieving or hurt. Allow this love and light to come into the mind and into the heart space as you breathe. Allowing those blocks, resistance to soften, allowing those hurts and disappointments and pains to be soothed. The power of love, bringing comfort, peace, transformational healing to you. You are worthy, just as you are. You are worthy being loved. And your love that you have to give is good enough. Just call in, set the intention. Person out there for you who is a divine love match for you. Shows themselves. You are ready, willing, and able to receive this. And so from this awareness, from this place of trust, as we receive the support, tonight's message, true love, we invoke and call forth into our lives person, people, experiences where our love can appreciate, grow, value. Where not only our love is received well, but we are loved greatly in return. And just see if you can maybe practice holding that intention, holding that space. The heart is a powerful magnet. You are ready. Just breathe, allowing the heart to stay soft and open with the intention of magnetizing and drawing to it a divine partnership, relationship, romance, intimacy that makes you truly feel alive. As you take some nice deep breaths, feeling once again the rise and fall of the heart space and chest as you breathe deeply. Just place one hand on your heart and the other on the belly. Connecting to the power of love that lies within you. Its ability to heal not only yourself, as you love yourself, all aspects of who and what you are, but also power of love that you give to others that you may not even know. Powerful, strong. It truly is. As you hold yourself here, know that you are worthy of the love that you give unto others. Allow yourself to receive. Notice the blessings and the offerings from others that you receive every day in your storehouse of love, joy, happiness, divinity will continue to grow and grow. Everything feel nice and complete. Mhm. Take another breath or two, bringing some movement, animation to the body. Take a little stretch. And then opening your eyes when you are ready. All right. That is true love. So tonight's collective message, I've got a couple things that came to mind. Um, First is where should I start on this one? Okay, we'll start with the most practical. So tonight's message says that romance is also playfulness and springtime, flowers, new life. You don't have to be in a partnership to evoke romance. And to be honest, you don't. Okay, it might seem like, well, how does that really work? Well, the things that you would like, I know it, bear with me, but the things that you would like to receive from a partner, not everything, but certain little things. If you like flowers, spruce up your home, buy yourself some flowers, take a nice, like when you take a bath or something, if you're a bath person, make it a little sexy. Put some rose petals in there. My way of, I can only speak from my personal experience, right? But for me, the ways that I love myself, the way I shower myself with love and romance is, by treating myself to nice, healthy meals, either cooking or I'll go treat myself here and there to sushi or something. Sometimes I'll buy myself flowers just to bring some more beauty into my home. When I take a shower at the end of the day and I'm putting on, some oil or whatever, I kind of imagine myself just like I'm adorning myself or anointing myself in this, oil and using some sort of maybe essential oil, rose essential oil, and just rose and jasmine essential oils are really good for invoking the sense of romance, as well as ylang ylang, if you are familiar with essential oils. Um, and so things like that, things that for you symbolize, romance, right? So even if you don't have someone to share it with, that's okay. Because guess what? Your friends, girlfriends, and all that stuff, they can also help you to kind of have that intimacy, right? Intimacy isn't always about sex, says a Tantra, soon to be Tantra teacher, but it's not actually. Intimacy isn't always about sex, intimacy can just be having a meaningful conversation with someone, really, listening to them or feeling listened to, being able to kind of let your guard down and relax and just be who you are and not feel like you're being judged. Those moments where you can be transparent, where you can be truthful, where you can be as your authentic self and know that there is no judgment there. That is also intimacy. Um, Intimacy doesn't necessarily have to be intercourse, right? Or sex. And so when it comes down to romance, there are ways that you can bring things that symbolize romance into your life so that you not only feel its presence, but you're reminded that it's also there and that the universe, spirit's always watching. The universe will know, oh, okay, this is the stuff you like. Okay, cool. Well, let's just start putting this together, right? It's kind of like, I know sometimes as women, regardless of orientation, we sometimes, or just people in general, we kind of expect sometimes our partners to just know things. And sometimes we also are like that with spirit, like spirit just knows that I want this. It might know that, but unless you actually say, "Hey, can I put this order in?" Then it's just kind of sitting out there in the ether. So that's why tonight in meditation we worked on invoking that and actually drawing that in, calling that in. There's been studies that show that not only as humans we have are sentient beings, which plants and animals are also sentient beings, have an electromagnetic frequency or pulse, right? And so, like I've said before, thoughts are electric. The heart space has a magnetic energy. It's actually 10 or 100 times more powerful and magnetic than what the mind can do. And so, therefore, we practice allowing ourselves to be soft and open in the heart space so that we can draw in that which we desire. The other part of the collective message that I wanted to tell you quickly also is that soulmate relationships. I do so many readings on this, and let me just tell you from the jump, okay? That is a term that has been kind of defined in a lot of different ways. When it comes down to relationships, there's karmic relationships, there's soulmate relationships, and there's also twin flames. I know twin flames. Everybody's like, I want my twin flame. I want my twin flame. Well, the thing about twin flames is that you may not actually meet them in this particular lifetime. It may not be y'all's destiny to meet in this lifetime. That doesn't mean you can't have soulmates this lifetime. Okay, soulmates are a little easier to experience. And I say that because soulmates, kind of in a way, are also like, I see karmic relationships as an umbrella term for soulmates and twin flames. Okay, so a karmic relationship doesn't have to be like, oh, that's a toxic relationship. No, the people you pick to be your mother, your father, your siblings, your best friends, your teachers, the person that was a hater on you in college, or the bully or whatever, that beat you up or whatever, and all those people, almost everyone that you interact with, or have come in contact, or someone that's left some sort of impression on you in your life, those are also soulmates. Okay, they're also karmic relationships because on some level y'all two agreed on that particular experience, okay, to have that energetic exchange, whether it was positive or negative, period. There was some sort of agreement, okay, on that. And so, because of that, it is karmic, right? You say, I'm going to do this, that person said, I'm going to do this, and then this is how it worked out. And then we go our separate ways, or we stay together, whatever it is. So, karmic relationships, I'm just kind of debunking some of the thought forms that we have around these things. But karmic relationship just means there's some sort of agreement. And that agreement can be we have a positive experience, like your best friends, that's a great experience. Those are the family that we choose. And then sometimes, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but if I'm going to keep it 100, the people that have hurt us, traumatized us, those are also considered karmic relationships, okay? Because it causes us to, the karma of that isn't necessarily that they get punished or anything like that, but the karma is now we have this avenue of healing that we have to go on, right? That the hero's journey, right? We have to heal ourselves now from that and in our healing, we are reminded, hopefully, how powerful we are, how resilient we are, how strong we are. We get to practice expanding our mindset, how we perceive that situation, so that we can reprogram our thoughts, our feelings around it, and be able to reconstruct, a new identity around that particular situation, but also in relationships to selves and our relationship to ourselves, our inner knowing, our inner being, and what we want moving forward. So you see how that's all karmic, pretty much. So when people start putting karmic relationships, soulmates, and twin flames in 3 separate categories, I'm like, Okay. That's not how I see it psychically. It's they're all karmic relationships because you pick and choose them either on before you came into this world, like your family, the experiences that you're gonna have, the trials, the tribulations, and the people who are part of that story. That is all karma. Okay. And then the soulmate is just people that you share your soul with, have some sort of energetic rapport, spiritual rapport with. And so your soulmates can also be people that are kind of like, ugh, in your life, but you have to work with them. That's karmic, right? You have to work with them, or you have to deal with them, or you kind of always have this ongoing back and forth power struggles, kind of like me and my mom. All right, that's a karmic soulmate relationship. Um, but soulmate relationships can also be things when it would come down to intimate romantic relationships. Or soulmate relationship can be one that typically the one you end up with, as a life partner or marrying. That's typically how that looks when I do psychic readings and stuff. And then twin flames. Twin flames is interesting because it's pretty much one person. I wrote a poem on this like 15 years ago, I think. And yeah, almost about 15 years ago. So I should find that poem and rewrite it or post it somewhere. I don't know. But basically, in the poem, I said that I am my own twin flame because twin flame is like one light, right? Or one being, one essence that has split into two. Well, guess what? You have male and female in your body. Literally are the embodiment of two completely different things. Okay. You got male chromosome, you got female in there. Okay. You got your mother in there and your father in there. But if you don't want to see it that way, that's cool. Because also twin flames, I know a lot of people unfortunately mistake these narcissistic toxic relationships as, oh, this person's my twin flame, so I gotta keep trying to fix them or heal them and all this shit. I'm gonna say it, fuck that. Okay. Because sometimes you're doing yourself a disservice and you are actually postponing your soulmate relationship or an actually healthy, better relationship in the soulmate kind of format because you think that this give and take, push and pull, confusing, kind of toxic, non-progressive relationship is quote unquote twin flame because there's going to be these, trials and tribulations you have to go through, which sounds like karma again, right? So that's why karmic relationships is the umbrella. But my point to explaining that is just so that you're aware, you're informed, and you are educated and more mindful of what you are speaking of and putting out there in the universe, what you're asking for, and then also so that you're not swayed when I've had someone toxic person say this, we're twin flames. No, we are not, buddy. This is a karmic relationship, yes, but we are not twin flames, okay? Because I am worthy of respectful relationships. And I declare that if I'm in a twin flame relationship, it is one of respect. It is one of honesty. It is one of trust. It is one of truth. It is of divine alignment. It is of peace and harmony and reciprocity. That is what I declare for my twin flame relationship to be like. Because remember, you have free will. Okay? So that is that. And also, I will make a post in the Patreon. Sydney and I were talking about this, I think, the other night for the full moon. But this particular book I'm reading for the Tantra program, it's called Come As You Are. It's very enlightening. And I'll make like a little blurb underneath, but it talks about when it comes down to sexuality, it talks about the science of it. And it also talks about, just like eventually the end of the book tells you like the actual anatomic things that go into orgasms and so forth. But at first it talks about your structure and identifying the breaks, the things that you're like, in relationships, and then also your accelerators, the things that turn you on, and what you know, why sometimes this particular, like when you first meet someone, if they're tickling you, you know, you're all giddy and stuff, like, stop tickling me. But then, you know, you've been with them like 5, 10 years or something, they tickle you, you're just like, God damn it, I'm trying to cook. Okay. You know, so it's the same thing. They're not doing anything different. They're tickling you, but the context of what they are doing or around the situation and what they're doing is different. And so that's why in some moments, you know, those tickling might be an accelerator, it might be a turn on for you. But in other cases, in other contexts, it might also be a brink where you're like, no, I don't want this. So if you are curious about, you know, expanding your um, personal relationship to your vagina and your sexuality, I will post that in the Patreon. Okay. And so I will end the recording on that.